Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Adam with Workman Firearms. Today, in this video, we're going to be going over some different pistol shooting drills. The drills we'll be going over today include the Mozambique Drill, also known as failure to stop, 5-yard roundup drill, some one-handed shooting drills, the Presidente Drill, and the multiple target acquisition drill. I'll wait until I get out on the range to explain each drill, followed by me performing that drill. These drills are meant to help with your target acquisition, your accuracy, your speed, and overall just getting comfortable with your firearm and using it out on the range. Now the firearms we will be using in today's drill include the Staccato C2 with the Delta Point Pro and the SIG Spectre Comp with the Romeo 1 Pro on it. Now let's get out on the range and get to shooting. Today we're going to be going over the Mozambique Drill, also known as the failure to stop drill. This consists of 2 shots to the chest and 1 shot to the head. The 2 shots to the chest are to slow down your attacker, while the shot to the head is meant to immobilize and incapacitate your attacker. So we're going to start off slow. I'm going to show you those 2 shots to the chest and 1 to the head, and then we're just going to run that rest of the drill like we normally do. Alright, so we're going to start by drawing from the holster. Sight in. Follow-up shot to the head. Now when we do this full speed in practice, it's going to look like this. Over the 5-yard roundup drill. In this drill, we set up 5 targets at 5 yards. We're going to draw from the holster. We're going to take 1 accurate shot at each target in an accurate and controlled manner. And I'm just going to do that to the mag's empty here. I think I got like 12 rounds in the mag, so let's get started. We're going to start slow and then speed up a little bit. Going to be going over and shooting the bill drill. In the bill drill, we set the target out at 7 yards, and then we set our shot timer, wait for that beep. We're going to draw from our holster as quickly and effectively as possible, and we're then going to fire 6 quick and accurate rounds at center mass on our target. The key here is to be quick, but also accurate. We want to do this in 2 seconds or below if we can. Without further ado here, let's get this shot timer going and see what we can get on the drill here. 1.95, not bad. .88, getting there. All right, so before we head out on the range and perform the one-handed shooting drills, I just want to come back to the classroom and explain the technique we're going to be using out there. This technique is what we teach here at Workman Firearms and what I like to use whenever I'm out there training on the range. Before I demonstrate here, I want to clear my firearm because I'll be pointing it around the room, and while there is no one else in this building with me, we don't know who might be on the other side of the walls here. So just for safety purposes, we're going to clear the firearm. So rack that slide to the rear, physically and visually inspect the mag well and the chamber, and just do a little double check. The firearm is clear here. To begin with this technique, what we're going to do is we're just going to get in our normal shooting position. So I'm a right-handed shooter, so usually I'll have that left leg forward. So this is how I would normally fire my firearm. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pretend, my left arm got hit. So it's out of the fight. I can only use my right arm, so I don't have that support hand now. Instead of taking that arm and hanging it down to the side and letting it dangle there, we're going to tuck it up into our chest and just kind of forget about it. We do this because if we have that hand dangling down here and we're trying to focus on our target, that arm swinging around and your fingers wiggling, it's going to correlate directly through your body and into the muzzle of your firearm. So we just tuck that bad Larry right up in our chest, and we're going to point out. And when I point out, my body naturally wants to cant that firearm just a little bit. And we want to keep that natural cant. So if you look here, the firearm naturally cants itself. Instead of forcing it up like that, we want to keep that cant just because that's what our body naturally wants to do. We don't want to force our body to make that firearm go upright, because if we're doing that, we're fighting what our muscles are trying to do for us. So we keep that cant in the firearm, And then we're going to take that thumb, the thumb of whatever you have in the firearm, obviously, and you're going to keep it straight up and down along the firearm. That's going to tighten everything up in your arm and offer you that extra bit of support. So whether we're doing it with our left or our right hand, it's the same. So if we're doing it with our left hand, obviously it's going to be on the right side of the firearm. Right hand, left side of the firearm. And that just tightens up everything throughout your arm and offers you that bit of extra stability. Now when we're shooting one-handed, we want to take our natural shooting position. We want to take whatever hip we're shooting with. So if it's right-handed, I have my right hip. I'm going to take my right hip, I'm going to kick it forward. That's just offering me that extra bit of stability while the recoil is fighting me. Because as you're firing, when you're firing multiple rounds, that firearm is coming back into your body and fighting you. And you don't have that support hand to help with the recoil. So you're just going to take your hip and kick it forward. And that is just going to help you. So thumb up, firearm canted, arm tucked up in your body, hip forward. So this is what it looks like on the right side. If I'm shooting right-handed only. Now left-handed, it's going to look like this. We're going to take that, so we're going to keep that natural shooting position. So I'm used to shooting with my left foot forward because I'm right-handed. So when I kick out into the left-handed shooting position, I'm going to kick that left foot forward. So we don't do any of this stuff. We don't recommend it just because you're leaving your natural shooting position. So you're going to keep your natural shooting position, what you train with, and just take that hip and just push your body weight into it. It's that simple. So thumb up, firearm canted, arm into the chest, boom, left hip forward. Just like that. And we don't need to be doing any crazy matrix moves. We don't need to be, throwing the firearm, swinging the firearm around and kicking our hip forward and throwing out a hip. We just want to push that hip gently forward just to offer that extra bit of stability. And you sight in on your target, bring that firearm right to your eye, slow, steady trigger pull, boom. All right, guys, so now that we're out on the range here, we're going to put into practice what we just learned in the classroom there, and we're going to jump right into it, starting with our right hand and then moving to our left hand. So we're going to draw from our holster here and sight in on our target with one hand, taking that left arm, putting it into our chest, pointing out at our target, and we have that little cant in the firearm. Our thumb is up here, and we are going to shoot 5 shots at center mass on our target. Going to kick that hip forward. All right, and now we are going to switch to our left hand. We're going to take that right hand, put it into our chest, and then we're going to point out at our target with our left hand. Put that thumb up along the firearm. We're going to have it a little bit canted. Kick that left hip forward. We're going to take 5 shots at center mass here with our left hand only. Just like that. And that is how you shoot with one-handed shooting drills. Just going to practice right, left hand, get comfortable with it, and get better at it. The El Presidente drill was created by Jeff Cooper while working with the South African Presidential Detail to test their pistol proficiency. In this drill, you have 3 targets, and you want to engage all 3 targets with 2 rounds per target, and then perform a reload, and then re-engage with 2 rounds per target again. So this we want to do as quickly as possible. We want to shoot for under 10 seconds. To start this drill, we face up range, we wait for the beep from our shot timer, and then we will face down range, draw from our holster, 2 rounds per target as quickly as possible, perform a reload, and then 2 more shots per target. So without further ado, let's just get started. Got it in 6.08 seconds, so not bad. Now we need to be going over the multiple target acquisition drill. In this drill, we have 5 targets set up at varying distances, anywhere from 15 feet to 40 feet. We are going to engage these targets in a specific order, and we want to improve our target acquisition as well as our engagement. So let's get started here. We're going to start off going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll mix it up from there. We've got 15 rounds to work with here. Just like that, guys.